guess what? We're back for vlog 2. And as pretty much everyone already knows, what movie I saw. Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, The Crimes of Grindelwald. I saw it last night, and I know what you're thinking, It's, what, November 14th? It doesn't come out till the 16th. Well, a couple of theaters had an advanced screenings, which anyone could have gone to. It's not like, oh, you're a movie critic or a vlogger, we got you special access. No, it's I paid for my ticket and I went. And, oh my god, you guys, I loved it. I'm already seeing some pretty bad reviews of it, believe it or not. But I personally, I really enjoyed it. I thought it was very entertaining. I honestly cannot wait to see where this film franchise is going, which, welcome back to my poster wall. Still We the Kings, Dan and Phil, and Warped Tour, which, oh. Yes, I have my own wand. It was made for me. You never know when you might need to cast a few spells. So, first and foremost, before I get into the review, I have to say a lot of who I am today is actually because of the Harry Potter series. The Harry Potter series brought me and my friend Fry closer, which you'll see Fry again in the future. I'm gonna go see the movie again this weekend. She doesn't know I've seen it, so shh. Don't tell her I've seen it. But I've known her since she was 16, I was 17, so about half our lives we've known each other and been friends. We got to talking because we both had a mutual interest in Harry Potter. She taught me about Lord of the Rings, and we've been friends ever since. And the second person actually was a teacher of mine way back from high school. I'm class of 2003. And this teacher is still in contact with me, still supports me, cheers me on, is there to say, hey, congratulations on your last publication, which my last publication was 4 years ago. To say, hey, I'm happy you're back into vlogging, I'm happy you're back doing something you love, and the fact that, again, this is from, I had this teacher maybe, I think, 16 years ago, maybe 17, yeah, 17 years ago, and she's still pretty awesome. What happened was, in high school, I remember reading The Goblet of Fire in class because we had mandatory reading, and I kind of got picked on, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm a nerd. I didn't really embrace it back then, but I do now. And a lot of people were like, oh, you're reading Harry Potter, that's for kids, oh my god, you're such a dork, you're such a nerd. And I was actually thinking about putting this series away, and this particular teacher is like, no. You love to read, you love to write, do not shy away from that, embrace the creativity, you know, keep reading, do what you love, do what makes you happy, and thank you so much, Mrs. Whiteside, because without your support back in the day, I would not have gone on to pursue an English degree. I would not have been published, not once but twice. I would not have embraced, I guess, the skills and talents that I have, and I don't know, without you a lot of this wouldn't have been possible. So if any of you know Mrs. Whiteside, she's one of the best teachers you will ever have. She still teaches, she's so cool. I'm sorry, I'm a tiny bit distracted. I'm actually watching a stream as well. So, damn it, Nero. I'm watching your ARC stream while I'm recording a vlog. It's not really his fault, though. I just like saying, damn it, Nero. But The Crimes of Grindelwald, I promised so many people I have to be spoiler-free, and I'm gonna try. If I do mention something, it's not going to be a spoiler because it's either from the previous movie or it's from the trailer, so Crimes of Grindelwald is spoiler-free. There's new faces, new places, new creatures. So many of them. Oh my god, can't spoil it. A lot of them you do see in the trailer. For instance, Nagini, not a spoiler, they say her name in the trailer. She's in there. And I can't say much else about her, because if I do, I will ruin her storyline. We got Credence back, which I'll get to what bothered me in a minute. Credence is back, he's doing his thing. Newt is back, Tina, Queenie, even Jacob is back. Surprise, surprise. But again, I think he's in the trailer too, so that's not really much of a spoiler. If it is, I'm sorry. You know, and we have Dumbledore, young Dumbledore, which I have to admit, Jude Law makes a pretty good Dumbledore. While he's not the Dumbledore I'm used to from the Harry Potter series, he does give off that Dumbledore vibe, and I love it. And I cannot wait to see him in the next, apparently 3 films? I thought this was a trilogy. I was wrong. Apparently it's going to be 5 films. Which leaves even more questions for me. One thing that I really liked is they didn't try to hide the fact that this is a darker toned movie. It starts off both visually and thematically dark. And it kind of stays in that mood. Like, there's mystery and there's suspense, and there's moments where, like, oh my gosh, how is this going to turn out? How is this going to end? And I loved it. I loved the characters. They have great chemistry. Like, all of the characters, I imagine, would be best friends off set because they all work so well. And then they spend most of their time in Paris. They're trying to do this, they're trying to do that, and again, I can't really say anything more because I will tell you the whole plot of the movie, and I really don't want to because I want you to go see it. Now, like I said, as much as I loved it, it's 2 hours and 15 minutes exactly. I did not have any previews, bear in mind, at this screening. I had a brief little, this is how this is connected to Harry Potter, little introduction from Eddie Redmayne and Jude Law saying, you know, here's the movie, we loved it, we hope you love it too. Beyond that, it's probably going to be about 2 hours and 30 minutes, 2 hours and 45 minutes with the previews. Unfortunately, I did not have previews. But it doesn't get boring. Like, there's always something to pay attention to, or some little detail, or something going on in the background. There's always something that will grab you and be like, oh, hey, yeah, this is going on, this is going on. If not, I'm not a big fan of Eddie Redmayne, but I loved Eddie Redmayne in this. Which I loved him in the last one too. But this, okay, here's, as much as I hate to say bad things about anything Harry Potter related, there's so many plot holes. Like, at the end of the last movie, like me, you were wondering, is Credence dead? Obviously not, because again, he's in the preview, so he's coming back. Apparently there was a deleted scene or an end credit scene, I'm not sure which, I can't remember, that shows that he survived the end of Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them. Okay, well, if you didn't know this scene existed, which I didn't know until long after the first movie was, you know, on DVD, I thought he was dead. He's not, he's back. He's got a storyline. Nagini has a storyline. Newt has a storyline. Oh my god, we're gonna get to that part in it too. But then there's also things that are brought up and then just never mentioned again, and that drives me crazy. If you're going to bring something up or introduce a character, because there's a lot of characters introduced, but you don't really understand what purpose they serve, who they are, or if they're even integral to the storyline. So there's a scene with, I think there was 1, 2, 3, 4, like 5 characters in a room. And like one character is extremely important to the story, and you'll know who it is when you see it. The other character, I don't know who they are, but they show up a lot, and so I'm guessing they're important. One of them, no, that'll be a spoiler. But the other 3, it's like, they don't say anything, they're not really there. It's like, okay, well, if you're gonna give me this scene and make it seem like they're important, make them important, tell me their names. I didn't know names of a lot of the new characters introduced. Like, there's one that's introduced that meets another character. I don't really understand who he is or what he has to do with the story yet. But I'm assuming, again, in the next 3 films we'll find out. And again, it's just like, or, I mentioned Jacob's back, which again, trailer, not spoiling. They don't really explain why he's back or how he got his memory back. Because you remember at the end of the one, they used that one, I forget the name of the beast, and it rained and it caused all the muggles to forget what happened, and he's one of them. But the last scene was Queenie walking into the bakery and just smiling at him. Okay, well, they don't explain how we got from there to where we are now. They just kind of, like, here's a little bit of an explanation and we hope you don't really read too much into it. No, okay. Again, if you're gonna bring it up, explain it. Don't just, it's like one thing that bothers me so much about the Thor movies and Avengers is, you know, at the end of Thor, they destroyed the bridge. The Avengers, they had to use dark magic to get Thor down to Earth. Dark World, it's fixed again. There's never any mention of how it got fixed or why, but there's a thing, and it still bothers me. How and when and why did it get fixed? How do you fix a bridge like that? Did Jotunheim ever get repaired? Don't leave open plot holes, people. And then again, character control. Again, there are most of the characters you'll recognize from the first one. which they're the important characters, you should pay attention to them, obviously, why else are you seeing this movie? But then they brought in a couple of new characters that were either A, unimportant, but they kept coming up like they were going to be, or B, had so little screen time, you kind of wondered, why did we include this storyline? Which, speaking of storylines, this is the biggest issue I will take with the Crimes of Grindelwald. They try to do too much, which happens in a lot of movies. Like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, the first one was pretty straightforward. It was them trying to find the beast in New York. This one, The Crimes of Grindelwald, obviously, we have Grindelwald going on. We have a Queenie storyline going on. We have a Tina storyline going on. And there's like, oh, the Credence story and the Nagini story. There's multiple storylines going on all simultaneously. And they kind of all blend together towards the end. But it's also like, okay, well, I can't really care about this story because this person's never showing up and they're not really, I don't know, like, important. But then, like, they're important to this character, which means they're important overall, but like, I get it, you're trying to introduce this big cinematic universe for the new Harry Potter world, or Fantastic Beasts world. You're trying to have all these characters, you're trying to do so much. You need to pare it down. Minimalism is okay. Don't cram so much in there that it becomes uninteresting. Because, not gonna lie, up until the end, I didn't care for the Queenie storyline. I didn't particularly care for the Tina storyline, which, again, towards the end, which, oh my god, the ending, you guys, the ending, the final, like, 15 minutes, one, it's confusing as hell. Two, so much happens, and three, you're really gonna leave me like that and have me with this big question that I can't ask because I want everyone to see this? The way they ended it, oh my god. I have so many questions. But I can't ask any of them because they're secrets, and you know, sometimes it's better not to have an answer to the question despite what you want. So the next one, I don't know when it's coming out. Hopefully it won't be another, I think it's been 2 years since the last one. Has it? I didn't do my research, obviously. But yes, despite the fact there's too many characters that I don't care about, it gets a little muddled, there's too many storylines, and it is a little bit long, and a lot of people are going to be like, oh, Johnny Depp's in that. Yes, Johnny Depp is in it. I know the controversy behind him. The only thing I will say, he's not in the movie that much, okay? Out of the 2 hour screen time, he has maybe 30 minutes on screen. So, you know, if you're sad why you're not going to see it, don't see it because of, you know, just go see it. Oh my god. I honestly don't know what's next on my list. I mean, I know Wreck-It Ralph 2 is going to be on there, but that's not out yet. I still kind of want to see The Nutcracker in the Four Realms. I really don't have anything. I need ideas, guys. I need suggestions. Tell me, what do I need to go see? What do I need to review? What's out there? What's good? How are you doing, by the way? Well, that's all I have to say. I loved it, even though it is problematic like every movie. I'm going to see it again. I can't wait to see it again, to see all the little details I missed the first time. I'm so excited for this movie. I can't wait for the rest of them. I'm always and forever will be a Harry Potter nerd. Me and Fry went to a Harry Potter trivia a couple weeks ago. We got 3rd place out of 34. So that tells you. And those questions were hard. Like, who knows off the top of their head when, I was about to say Grindelwald. Ollivander opened his shop. Did you know it was 328 AD? Because I didn't. She didn't. Alright, guys. I can't wait for the next movie. Thank you so much for all the positive response for these vlogs / reviews. I'm so excited. I'm ready to do more, and let's go. So, I'm the Cinema Chick. Some of y'all know me as Cora Valentine. And until next time, Silencio.